Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we're diving headfirst into the drama, passion and heartbreak of Season 2 of Blink Can't Bow. July 2025 is serving up some seriously juicy episodes, and I'm here to bring you every twist and turn like I'm chatting with you over a strong cup of coffee at your favorite local spot. Picture this. The Korhan mansion is a powder keg. Ferret's fighting for his life and his love. Seyran's caught in the middle, and secrets are exploding left, right and center. You're going to feel like you're right there in Istanbul watching it all unfold. So, grab your snacks, settle in, and let's get into it. Oh, and if you're loving these recaps, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and maybe let those ads play for at least 30 seconds to help keep the channel going. Your support means the world. It's the Season 2 premiere of Blink Can't Bow on Friday, 4th of July 2025, and let me tell you, it kicks off with a bang, literally. The Korhan mansion is in absolute chaos. Ferret's been shot, blood staining his crisp white shirt, and he's rushed to the hospital, sirens blaring through the Istanbul streets. The whole family's crammed into the waiting room, faces pale, hearts racing. Seyran's sitting there, her hands trembling, tears streaking her face, while Halis Aga and Ifakat throw daggers with their eyes, blaming her for this mess. They're whispering that her drama with Ferret's enemies must have led to this. It's unfair, but you know how the Korhans love their scapegoats. Meanwhile, Kazim, Seyran's dad, steps up in a way nobody saw coming. He's holding Suna's hand, calming her down, and even making sure Seyran's got a cup of tea to steady her nerves. It's like he's morphed into this responsible, caring father overnight, leaving everyone gobsmacked. The doctors finally come out, and the air's so thick you could cut it with a knife. Ferret's alive, but he's not out of the woods yet. The family's left clinging to hope, but the tension between Seyran and the Korhans is only just beginning to simmer. Oh, and if you're as hooked as I am, consider joining our channel membership for exclusive behind-the-scenes content. It's like getting a backstage pass to all this drama. By Monday, 7th of July 2025, the hospital's still the center of the storm in episode 2. Ferret's in ICU, hooked up to machines that beep like they're counting down to something awful. The doctors are throwing around words like permanent disability, and the Korhans are losing it. Halis Aga's pacing like a caged lion, muttering about the family's legacy, while Ifakat's venomous glares at Seyran could burn holes through steel. Seyran's trying to hold it together, but she's crumbling inside, especially when Ifakat corners her in the hospital corridor. "This is on you," Ifakat hisses, accusing Seyran of dragging Ferret into her family's dangerous past. It's a low blow, and Seyran's left speechless, her heart in knots. Back at the mansion, things are no better. Ifakat's stirring the pot, whispering to the staff that Seyran's trouble. The whole household's on edge, and you can feel the cracks forming in the Korhan Empire. Seyran's threat to confront Ifakat head-on only makes things worse, promising more fireworks to come. If you're loving this roller coaster, why not drop a super thanks donation to keep us bringing you these recaps? Every bit helps. On Tuesday, 8th of July 2025, Episode 3 brings a sliver of hope, but it's wrapped in more drama. Ferret's surgery's a success, and he's awake, his eyes blazing with that stubborn fire everyone loves him for. He's lying in that hospital bed, weak but determined, telling Seyran he's not giving up on her, no matter what his family says. It's a proper goosebumps moment, his hand gripping hers, promising they'll fight the world together. But Halis Aga and Ifakat aren't having it. They're plotting to keep Seyran at arm's length. Meanwhile, Kazim's had enough of the Korhan's nonsense. He's packing bags, declaring he's taking Seyran and Suna out of Istanbul for good. He's all, "This city's poison for my girls," and you can see the fear in Seyran's eyes. She loves Ferret, but her dad's not one to mess with. The episode ends with Ferret sneaking a call to Seyran from his hospital bed, begging her not to leave, his voice cracking with desperation. It's the kind of cliffhanger that makes you want to throw your remote at the telly. Don't forget to like, share and comment below. What do you think Ferret's going to do next? Your support keeps this channel alive. Come Wednesday 9th of July 2025, episode 4 feels like a warm hug after all the chaos. Ferret's finally out of the hospital, still a bit wobbly but glowing with that cheeky grin of his. He's back at the mansion, and you'd think the mood would lift, but the Korhans are still a mess. Seyran's been his rock through this whole healing journey, and Kazim's shockingly been a star too, helping Ferit with physio and even cracking dad jokes to lighten the mood. It's weird seeing Kazim like this, but it's working. The big buzz is the upcoming wedding, Ferit and Seyran's of course, and the mansion's buzzing with plans. Flowers are being delivered, the staff's scurrying around, and Seyran's trying on dresses that make her look like she's stepped out of a fairy tale. Ferit's over the moon, whispering to Seyran about their future, but you can't shake the feeling that something's lurking, ready to derail this happiness. It's Kant after all. Peace never lasts long. If you're enjoying this, let those ads play for a bit. It really helps us keep the lights on. Thursday, 10th of July 2025, episode 5 drops a bombshell that shakes the mansion to its core. Just when everyone's getting ready for the wedding, Kaya and Nuket, Halis Aga's secret son and his mother, rock up, unannounced. The whole place freezes. Ferit's face goes from joy to fury in a split second, his jaw clenched as he glares at his grandfather. "How could you let them waltz in here?" he snaps, feeling betrayed. Kaya's all charm, acting like he belongs, but Ferit's not buying it. He storms off, pulling Kazim aside in a quiet corner of the garden. "You're my father-in-law now," Ferit says, his voice low and urgent. "Help me get them out." Kazim, still riding this wave of being the good guy, nods, but you can see he's torn. He's got his own agenda. The tension's so thick, you know this wedding's not going to go as planned. Join our channel membership for more juicy Kant content. It's like being part of the Korhan family minus the drama. By Friday, 11th of July 2025, episode 6 has everyone on edge. The mansion's like a pressure cooker, with Ferit and Seyran barely speaking, both wound tight as springs. Abedin, bless him, is trying to play peacemaker, but he's clueless about the full story. Nobody's told him about Kaya and Nuket's arrival. He's just trying to keep the peace, offering Seyran a kind smile and Ferit a pat on the back. But as the family gathers for dinner, it's like watching a storm roll in. Ferit's glaring at Kaya across the table, Seyran's picking at her food, and Halis Aga's trying to act like everything's fine. Then, Ifikat makes a snide comment about Seyran's loyalty, and Ferit slams his fist on the table, plates rattling. Everyone freezes. You know a massive showdown's coming, and it's going to be ugly. Drop a super thanks if you're loving this recap. It keeps us going. Monday, 14th of July 2025, episode 7 hits like a punch to the gut. Halis Aga's secret family is out in the open, and Ferit's world is crumbling. He's always idolized his older brother, but now Kaya, this stranger, this hidden son, is threatening to take his place. Ferit's rage is palpable. He's shouting at Halis Aga in the study, papers flying everywhere accusing him of betraying the family. "You kept this from us all these years?" he roars, his voice breaking. Seyran's trying to calm him, but she's shaken too, seeing shades of her own controlling father in Ferit's anger. The mansion feels like it's splitting apart, with Ifikat smirking in the background, loving the chaos. It's a raw, emotional episode that leaves you aching for Ferit, but worried he's about to lose himself. Subscribe and share this video with your mates. It's the best way to spread the Kant love. On Tuesday, 15th of July 2025, episode 8 takes the drama to another level. Ferit and Kaya finally clash, and it's not just words. They're throwing punches in the garden, rolling in the dirt like schoolboys. Halis Aga's horrified, dragging them apart, but the damage is done. Ferit's relationship with his grandfather is in tatters, and Seyran's watching, her heart sinking. She's starting to see her dad's temper in Ferit, and it's scaring her. She pulls him aside, begging him to cool off, but Ferit's too far gone, his eyes wild with hurt. The household's a mess, with Nuket trying to play the peacemaker, but only making things worse. Ifakat stirring the pot, whispering to the staff about Ferit's instability. It's a tense, messy episode that leaves you wondering if Ferit and Seyran can survive this. Let those ads play for at least 30 seconds, guys. It really helps us keep bringing you these stories. Wednesday, 16th of July 2025, Episode 9 tries to mend fences, but it's a shaky effort. Nuket and Kaya sit Ferit down, offering apologies that sound rehearsed. Kaya's trying to act all mature, saying he just wants to be part of the family, but Ferit's not buying it. He's cold as ice, barely looking at them, his indifference cutting deeper than any insult. Seyran's torn. She feels for Kaya, but her loyalty's with Ferit. Back at the mansion, Halisaga's trying to keep the peace, but the staff are gossiping, and Ifakat's loving every second of the drama. The episode's quieter, but it's like the calm before the storm. You know Ferit's not done with this fight. If you're hooked, hit that like button and comment your predictions below. Thursday, 17th of July 2025, Episode 10 sends Ferit and Kaya to Marmaris, and it's a disaster waiting to happen. Halisaga, with Nuket's nudging, thinks a change of scenery, opening a new store, will force the boys to bond. Fat chance. Ferit's still fuming, barely speaking to Kaya as they tour the new shop. The coastal breeze does nothing to cool his temper. Meanwhile, Seyran's back in Istanbul, trying to keep things calm, but Ifakat's scheming with Sultan to make her life hell. The episode's got this gorgeous Marmaris backdrop, sparkling sea, bustling markets, but the tension between Ferit and Kaya is like a dark cloud. You're left wondering if they'll come to blows again, or if Halisaga's plan might actually work. Join our channel membership for more exclusive Blink Can't Bow content. By Friday, 18th of July 2025, Episode 11 brings new headaches. Ferit's made a bold move, inviting Seyran's whole Sanli family to move into the Korhan mansion. It's a sweet gesture, but it's like pouring petrol on a fire. Hatuk, Halisaga's sister, is livid. She's never liked the Sanlis and thinks they're beneath the Korhans. She's snapping at everyone, her sharp tongue cutting through the mansion like a blade. Ferit's trying to keep the peace, but Seyran's caught between her family and the Korhans, her face showing every ounce of stress. The episode's packed with small, tense moments, Hatuk slamming doors, Kazim trying to stay calm, and Ferit whispering to Seyran that he'll fix this. It's a slow burn, but you know it's building to something big. Drop a super thanks donation if you're loving this drama as much as I am. Monday, 21st of July 2025, Episode 12 is pure fire. Ferit's jealousy flares when he catches Seyran and Suna laughing over drinks with Kaya at a fancy Istanbul bar. He storms in, his face like thunder, and starts a row that has everyone staring. He accuses Seyran of getting too close to Kaya, implying something he instantly regrets. Seyran's hurt, her eyes flashing with betrayal as she storms out, leaving Ferit kicking himself. Suna tries to talk sense into him, but he's too stubborn, pacing the mansion's halls late into the night. The episode's raw, with every emotion laid bare. Love, jealousy and regret all tangled up. You can't help but feel for both Ferit and Seyran, even as they tear each other apart. Subscribe and share this video. It's the best way to keep up with Blink Can't Bow. On Tuesday, 22nd of July 2025, Episode 13 takes us back to Marmaris, where the vibes should be relaxed, but Ferit's jealousy is ruining everything. He's sulking on the beach, watching Seyran laugh with Kaya over ice creams. When Kaya starts talking up Seyran's dream of studying, Ferit snaps, telling him to back off. The whole group, Seyran, Suna, Kaya and Ferit, is tense, the sunny coastal setting doing nothing to lighten the mood. Seyran's hurt that Ferit's being so controlling, and you can see her dreaming of a life beyond the Korhan drama. The episode's all about those quiet, painful moments where love and mistrust clash, leaving you aching for them to sort it out. Let those ads play for a bit. It helps us keep these recaps coming. Wednesday, 23rd of July 2025, episode 14 lays Ferret's heart bare. He finally admits why he's been so weird about Seyran's studies. He wants kids, and soon, especially with Halis Aga's health fading. He's leaning on the old man's wish for grandkids, but it feels like he's trapping Seyran. She's torn, her dream of being a teacher slipping away under all this pressure. The mansion's heavy with tension, with Kazim backing Ferit's stance, saying family comes first. Seyran's quiet, but you can see the fire in her eyes. She's not ready to give up. The episode's a gut punch, showing how love can sometimes feel like a cage. Comment below, what do you think Seyran's going to do? Your thoughts. Keep this community buzzing. Thursday, 24th of July 2025, episode 15 is Seyran's moment to shine, but it's not easy. She's dreaming of teaching, but the pressure from Ferit and Kazim is crushing her. She's up late, staring at university applications, her hands shaking. Kaya steps in, secretly helping her apply, driving her to the campus to get the form sorted. It's a kind gesture, but when Ferit finds out, he's livid, accusing Kaya of meddling. The mansion's a battlefield, with Seyran caught between her dreams and her love for Ferit. The episode's got this intense, emotional vibe, with Seyran's quiet strength stealing the show. You're rooting for her, but you know this fight's far from over. Join our channel membership for more Blink Can't Bow exclusives. By Friday, 20 to 5th of July 2025, episode 16 delivers a shock. Seyran gathers the family in the mansion's grand living room and announces she's not going to university. Everyone's stunned. Kazim's smug, Ferit's relieved, but Suna's heartbroken for her sister. Later, Kaya pulls Seyran aside in the garden, under the shade of an olive tree, and begs her not to give up. "You're bigger than this," he says, his voice earnest. Seyran's torn, her eyes brimming with tears as she admits she's scared of losing Ferit. The episode's quiet but powerful, showing Seyran at a crossroads, with Kaya's words lingering like a challenge. Drop a super thanks donation to keep these recaps coming strong. Monday, 28th of July 2025, episode 17 is a roller coaster. Ferit, moved by Suna's heartfelt words about Seyran's dreams, decides to surprise her at the university. He's got flowers, a big smile, ready to support her, until he sees her enrolling with Kaya. His face falls, betrayal written all over it. He storms off, refusing to hear Seyran's explanation that Kaya was just helping. Back at the mansion, Seyran's in tears, trying to get through to him, but Ferit's shut down, his pride wounded. The episode's raw, with every glance and word dripping with pain. You're left wondering if these two can ever find their way back to each other. Subscribe and share. Let's get more fans into this Blink Can't Bow drama. On Tuesday, 20 to 9th of July 2025, episode 18 sees Seyran take a stand. She sits Kazim down and tells him she's enrolled in university, her voice steady despite her nerves. Kazim's face darkens, but before he can explode, Ferit steps in, surprising everyone. He's had a change of heart, telling Seyran he's proud of her. She apologizes for the Kaya mix-up, and they share a quiet, tender moment in the mansion's garden, the city lights twinkling in the background. It's a rare moment of peace, with Ferit and Seyran feeling like a team again. But, you know, Blink Can't Bow, this calm won't last. Let those ads play for 30 seconds. It really helps us out. Wednesday, 30th of July 2025, episode 19 brings the drama back with a vengeance. Kazim's furious about Seyran's university plans, ranting about family duty and babies. Meanwhile, Sultan and Ifakat team up to sabotage Ferit and Seyran, spreading lies about Seyran's loyalty. Their plan backfires when Suna overhears and exposes them to Halis Aga. The mansion's in an uproar, with Halis Aga slamming his fist on the table, demanding order. Seyran and Ferit stand together, stronger than ever, but the episode ends with a chilling hint that Sultan's not done scheming. It's classic soap opera chaos, and you're glued to every second. Comment your thoughts below. What's Sultan planning next? Finally, on Thursday, 31st of July 2025, episode 20 drops the biggest bombshell yet. It comes out that Sultan's been slipping birth control pills into Seyran's drinks, trying to stop her from giving Ferit the kids he wants. The betrayal's uncovered when Suna notices Seyran feeling ill and finds the pills hidden in Sultan's room. Halis Aga's livid, banishing Sultan from the mansion on the spot. She's dragged out screaming curses, while Seyran's in shock, clinging to Ferit. The episode ends with the family reeling, but Seyran's resolve to chase her dreams is stronger than ever. It's a wild, emotional close to July, leaving you desperate for what's next. Join our channel membership for more Blink Can't Bow exclusives. And there you have it, folks. July 2025 in Blink Can't Bow was an absolute roller coaster. From Ferit's near-death drama to Sultan's shocking betrayal, this show's keeping us on the edge of our seats. What's going to happen with Seyran's university dreams? Will Ferit and Kaya ever sort things out? I'm dying to find out, and I know you are too. If you loved this recap, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and share it with your mates. Drop a comment with your predictions, and if you're feeling extra generous, let those ads play or send a super thanks donation to keep the channel going. For more exclusive content, join our channel membership. It's like being part of the Korhan family, but with less shouting. Catch you next time for more Blink Can't Bow drama. Stay safe and see you soon.